It's Aimee Bernard, and I'm back with the Office of Advancement for Ask a Scientist. And we have another question from a reader. So, Susan is a registered nurse in Colorado, and she works in the healthcare industry. And her question has to do with COVID and also the virus SARS-CoV-2 that causes COVID-19. And the question is, what is a strain and why are we seeing so many? So that's a great question. A lot of people have this question. So SARS-CoV-2 is the virus that causes COVID-19. And viruses mutate or make changes for a living. That's how they survive. It's survival of the fittest. They want to always make changes so they can become better at being a virus, infect more people or more organisms. And SARS-CoV-2, there are a bunch of different types of genetic instructions that viruses can have. Some are DNA, like the instructions in our body, and some are RNA. We use RNA, but it's not our instructions. It's not our genetic blueprint. But SARS-CoV-2 uses RNA as its blueprint, its genetic instructions. And the reason why we're seeing so many variants or different versions of viruses is because when RNA viruses replicate, they make a lot of typos. So when DNA replicates, it has like a spell check most of the time, in our bodies in particular. DNA viruses often have spell check in their kind of in the way that they their machinery. RNA viruses not really. So when RNA viruses replicate, they replicate quickly. They make all these mutations, so all these typos, and these errors, these typos are not changed or fixed. There's no spell check. So as a result, you're going to see a lot more mutation or changes in these RNA viruses. So SARS-CoV-2, because it's an RNA virus, is having typos accumulate all the time. And as a result, we're seeing a lot of variants. So we usually see a lot of new variants of SARS-CoV-2. Now, a strain is a slightly different term. A strain is when the changes or the mutations in that variant start acting and behaving very differently than like the parent virus. So what we're seeing with SARS-CoV-2 are a lot of variants. So we've talked about all of these different variants that have come about. A lot of them have become better at becoming infective or infecting us. They're highly contagious. That's one of the things that these variants are better at doing. So the reason why we see them, and again, this is a fabulous question, is because the way that they replicate, the way that they make more virus, it's sloppy, it's messy. There's no spell check. There's a lot of typos. They're getting mutations all the time. And as a result, new variants arise that are kind of better at being a virus. And those are the ones that take over. So you can think of it as survival of the fittest. And the SARS-CoV-2 variants that survive the best and kind of win the race are the ones that are the most infectious. So that's why we're seeing them. This plays a little bit into how our immune system can respond. Anytime that the virus changes itself, it might look different. So your immune system, it might be looking for like a virus. I'm just going to make up a color that's red, like the outside of it's red, right? Well, the new variant might now be orange. And as a result, the immune system, it's a little bit trickier, or maybe now it's shifted to yellow or green or blue, as an example, just kind of changing what it looks like. That's what can make it a little bit tricky for the immune system. So that's why these variants can just become a little bit more tricky to handle. But that is a great question, Susan. Thank you so much for asking. And I hope that that helped. And also, please send us more questions. We love it. Thank you.